Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So, new week. Last week was a fairly bearish week. As you can see, we closed on our low, and also we're sort of getting a crossover here. We've rejected the 155 on the EMA, and there is quite a bit of structure further down. So, with all of that in mind on the weekly, if we look at the 8 hour, what we're looking for is to continue the trend to the downside, but we want it off structure. And structure that we're looking at is quite simply in this area right here. So that's 115.151 and 115.264. If we move down to the hour, not much to see. Looks like a bit of a range. So let's just get our channel tool here. Friday was very much a nothing day. If you look at that, sideways, no real price action at the moment. So what we need to happen is we need a break above or below Friday's high. So a break above Friday's high and a retest of this area, and that is 114.620. Then I would expect to move up somewhere into this area of 115.151, and alternatively a break below the low of Friday at 114.324. I'd expect us to start looking for some moves to the downside, and to be quite honest, I think you'd probably just start with the height of the range. You can see that pretty much where we are at the moment, and there's quite a bit of structure here, so you're probably looking in that area there. Just come back to that. So that would be in the region of 113.723. So easy one to anticipate. I think if you start seeing a rejection off this level, you'll probably be able to take something as well. So there is another 1 hour level just there if you look at those tails. So break below that, sort of bounce around here and start moving the downside. Wait for it to break some structure to the downside, and then you have a fairly decent trade. Stop above the range, and you're looking for price to hit 113.700 area. Probably 114 flat, 114.000. Will bounce, come back and test the underside, and then another move to the downside. So we're looking for some shorts there. US dollar, Japanese yen. This is very much sideways at the moment. There's no real structure here. There is a bit of something going on right here where we're bouncing around at 113.817. But if we go down to the hour, you'll see potentially a head and shoulders here. So that would mean something like this. So that's 478 points. And you'll see there is structure here as well. A bit messy, but structure nevertheless. Something there. So if we do start dropping below the lows of Friday, which is just that's right over here at 113.763, then I would expect us to hit back down to 113.368. And if we look at the 8 hour, you'll see that would be bottom of range. So very much a big range play in motion at the moment. Nice big head and shoulders. If it does break and retest, there is a fairly decent opportunity for that short. Stop would be above the current high of today. British pound, Japanese yen, another one that was sideways all of last week. You can see there, not something that you want to be trading when it's sideways like that. If we get down to the hour, look at that messy price action. So if you look at all the tails to the downside, tails to the upside, that is pure bob wire. That is confusion. I think for me, staying away from this one completely. We're going to need to drop below this area, 152.560. Drop below it quite rapidly, come back and test it before I start looking for continuation to the upside. And I'm not really going to get trapped in a range here. So you'd be looking for breaks above 153.683 to start looking for longs there. So that one's sit on the sides. Finally, Euro, British pound, something which we've been watching for quite some time. Keeps breaking up above the moving average of the 155 EMA, and then always fails. Then it drops below it, and we hit a nice trend for a couple of weeks, and then we get above the 155, goes a bit haywire. So what we're waiting for is structure. So The first bit of structure is a drop below 085137 and a retest. Then I suspect we probably have another leg down. Alternatively, if we can hold this level, and you'd need to break above 085615 for us to start getting a move to the upside. So if we start looking at the hour to see if there's any structure there we can pay attention to, you can see we've already got a crossover to the downside. So I would be watching that messy area there. That is 085443. This pin bar, well, yeah, it's not quite a pin bar, but I suppose this tail, this long tail here, is your stop area. So you want to stop above this tail, and the high of that is 085544. So what you're looking for is price to come back into this area, reject 085443, stop in that area, and you're looking for a quick short down to 085137. If that fails and we start finding support here, then I would expect us there's a zone here, really messy. I'd expect us to get back into this area here. So that is 085646 or 085615, but extremely messy. I think for me this is kind of a 5-minute play. If you've got time to watch 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart, probably better, you'd be able to look for that kind of structure and see if you can get a little scalp to the upside or scalp to the downside. But for me, because it's been sideways like that for so long, most of last week, I'm kind of just sit and wait for one of these extreme levels to break and be retested before looking at it. Anyway, hope it helps. That's it for me today on Forex, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.